Good morning, class. Welcome to Philosophy Lesson 2 on Intersubjectivity. So, have you ever wondered why we cannot grow as human beings when we are alone? Think about it. Every smile you receive, every conversation you have, and every kind act you witness helps shape who you are. We learn, we grow, and we discover ourselves not in isolation but through our relationships with others. This can be with family, friends, classmates, and even strangers. Philosophers have a term for this deep connection among persons. They call it intersubjectivity. Intersubjectivity teaches us that we exist with others and for others. It reminds us that our identity is always connected to the people around us. So today, we will be exploring what intersubjectivity means, why it matters, and how we can practice it through acceptance, appreciation, and authentic dialogue. So by the end of the lesson, I hope you will see that understanding others is part of understanding yourself. With that, we have these learning objectives. Explain intersubjectivity's meaning and importance. Understanding intersubjectivity is crucial as it highlights how our connections with others shape our identity and experiences. It emphasizes that human relationships are fundamental to our existence and development. Second objective, demonstrate importance of dialogue and acceptance. Authentic dialogue fosters mutual respect and understanding, allowing individuals to share their perspectives openly. Embracing differences is essential for building strong intersubjective relationships. And lastly, appreciate talents of all individuals. So recognizing the talents and contributions of individuals from all backgrounds enriches our communities. Inclusive interactions help break down barriers and promote a culture of respect and appreciation. Now let's dig into our discussion. Let's begin with the word itself. Intersubjectivity comes from two words, inter, meaning between or among, and subject, meaning a conscious being, a person who thinks, feels, and chooses. So, intersubjectivity means being among conscious persons. It refers to the shared understanding, communication, and connection that happen between people. It is the way we relate, understand, and respond to one another as human beings. Some philosophers help us see this clearly. We have Martin Buber, Edmund Husserl, and Emmanuel Levinas. They emphasize that our humanity is realized through our relationships. We become persons because we can connect, communicate, and care. Martin Buber, for example, gives us two types of relationships. We have I-it relationship and the I-thou relationship. I-it, this is when we treat others like objects. We use them, ignore them, or see them only for what they can do for us. I-thou relationship, this is when we relate to others as human beings with dignity, worth, and feelings. So whenever we treat someone as thou, thou, we show respect. This is where genuine intersubjectivity begins. Now let's proceed to the characteristics of intersubjectivity. Intersubjectivity is more than just being together in the same room. It involves deeper human qualities. Let's go through them one by one. Characteristic number 1, recognition of others as persons. First, we recognize that others are human beings with their own thoughts, feelings, and dignity. They are not objects, they are persons just like us. The second one is mutual understanding. This is our effort to understand one another through listening and empathy. We do not assume, but we seek to understand. Third one is the acceptance of differences. We respect diversity in culture, abilities, personality, and opinion. We accept that not everyone sees the world the same way, and that is okay. And lastly, we have here characteristic number 4, authentic dialogue. This means sincere, respectful, and open communication. We listen to understand, not just to reply. So these characteristics guide us in building relationships that honor the dignity of every person that we meet. Now let's talk about something very important: accepting differences. So every person is unique, okay? We think differently, feel differently, and live differently. Intersubjectivity requires us to respect these differences, not to force others to think or act just like us. So accepting differences means respecting individuality, listening with empathy, and valuing diversity. Imposing on others means forcing them to adopt our beliefs or ignoring their perspectives. So imagine a classmate with, let's say, speech difficulty. So when working in groups, instead of rushing them or excluding them, the group gives them time to speak and listens patiently. That is acceptance. That is intersubjectivity in action. So acceptance does not always mean we agree. You can disagree with someone and still respect them as a person. Now, let's talk about appreciating the talents of the PWDs, the persons with disabilities, and the underprivileged. So, one of the most beautiful applications of intersubjectivity is how we appreciate persons with disabilities and individuals from the underprivileged backgrounds. These individuals have unique talents and perspectives that enrich our community. So let's look at some examples. So a visually impaired student becomes an amazing musician. You can see this actually anywhere, right? The visually impaired who are singing along the streets, there. So they can still develop exceptional skills, especially in music, even though they have a disability. So they're using their talents to inspire peers and communities through performances. Another example is a student from a low-income family that excels academically and teaches classmates during review sessions. So that's another thing. Next is a PWD artist that creates paintings that inspire the whole school, for example. Okay? So in each of these cases, we see their gifts, not their limitations. We appreciate that they contribute. Okay? So when we look at what people can do instead of what they cannot do, we appreciate, or we actually are practicing intersubjectivity in its purest form. We affirm their dignity and worth. Let's now focus on authentic dialogue, which is at the heart of intersubjective relationships. Authentic dialogue means real communication, meaning listening sincerely, speaking respectfully, and being open to learning from others. There are various principles of authentic dialogue. When we say empathy, meaning we understand how others feel. As to respect, we can disagree without disrespecting. For honesty, it's to tell the truth kindly. For openness, it's accepting that others have something meaningful to share. And lastly, action. It allows now the conversation to inspire cooperation. So, example, during planning for PWD week, students invite PWD classmates to share their ideas. They are not just involved. Their opinions matter. Now, this is authentic dialogue. Intersubjectivity is not just a theory. It is lived every day, even in small acts. For instance, smile and greet others kindly. A simple smile and a warm greeting can create a welcoming environment, fostering positive interactions and connections with others. Listen patiently to classmates. Take time to listen to your classmates. That will allow already for a deeper understanding, and it shows that their opinions are valued, promoting mutual respect and empathy. Help someone who is struggling. You can offer assistance to those in need. Not only it demonstrates kindness, but it also reinforces community ties, and it strengthens relationship among others. Next is standing up against bullying or discrimination. Taking a stand against bullying promotes a safe and inclusive environment. It actually encourages other people to respect differences and support each other. Also, support inclusive programs in school. Supporting inclusive programs fosters now an environment where everyone is recognized and valued, allowing diverse talents and perspectives to shine. We can also adjust when talking to someone with a disability. That's also one good practice. We can also avoid judging people based on appearance or their background. So these actions may look small, but together they create a more human, compassionate, and respectful community. So to end our lesson, remember this. To be human is to be with others. We discover who we are through our relationships, through respect, acceptance, and authentic dialogue. So intersubjectivity reminds us that life becomes meaningful when we treat one another with dignity. So whether you are speaking to a friend, helping a classmate with a disability, or having a conversation with someone very different from you, every interaction is a chance to practice intersubjectivity. So let me leave you with a beautiful African proverb. I am because you are. This captures the heart of intersubjectivity. We become ourselves through our relationships with others.